It wants everything with which it comes into contact.
British government which vowed me full protection, the public to have voice support, and made me proud to be a British citizen. I thank the Metropolitan Police who constantly pursue my case, and who've watched over me, and who now guard my family. I thank my wife, Marina, who has stood by me, my love for you, and for our son, yet as I lie here, I feel the beat, the closing angel wings of death, and I accuse with my last breath the man who feared the truth I told, and through the cruelest means would silence me. I now accuse, now accuse, now accuse, now accuse, accuse. It is he. I now accuse, now accuse.
Everybody get well!
We're taking hostage in the name of the Chechen people. Do as we say!
In the name of Chechnya, and to provoke international condemnation of the atrocities committed against us by the Russian forces.
We were assured by Moscow.
That we would be granted full sovereignty, as were other Russian republics. Chechnya was granted the status only of an autonomous ethnic region.
To be free, to enjoy democratic freedom from Moscow, we demand to be allied to NATO! Once the order is given for the invading Russian forces to leave our territory, you will be released unharmed. Put your hands in the air! Stay down!
It's me, Anna Politkovskaya. Don't shoot! You know me, Politkovskaya. Trust me, I am your friend, the journalist, Anna Politkovskaya. Politkovskaya. I have fought tirelessly, campaigning through the wars, seeking the self-same end in the press and on TV, fighting to serve your cause. Might you be prepared to talk to me? Talk to me.
Hold fire!
But let the children be released.
Children, children, there are no children here.
When Russian troops swept through our lands, they took our children. Those you'd call children, they called men. Any Chechens over 12 were never seen again, never seen again. Their blood's on Russian hands.
Then perhaps at least we could have water for these people here, some food.
No! Oh! While the Chechens are left starving, let these Russian hostages, let them starve too!
I beg you wait, at least while we negotiate.
Lower your guns, lower your guns,
But we'll remain right here till she comes back again. Allahu Happy anniversary, my love, the girl I prize above all else, all else. 6 years that we've survived here, beyond the reach of fear. Marina, 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 nothing before Marina. My life began with you. Marina, Marina. A souvenir of Russia, of when we met.
How tall you are, so tall, Sasha. How handsome, how well set.
I watched you ballroom dancing, beautiful, entrancing, entrancing.
You couldn't dance one bit. You had the steps all wrong, hopeless, but fit and different from the rest. Protective when you held me the best. Sasha, you are the best. I asked you,
What did you want to know?
what's it like, this job you do?
A KGB man. Oh, mine was a military family. I'm an athlete. I'm no intellectual. My God, you're beautiful, beautiful. I get things done, obey orders, move discreetly. It can be dull at times exciting, frightening at times, but satisfying that I can help those who need protecting.
I need protecting. Bananas,
What?
bananas. I love bananas. Bananas I craved. I couldn't get bananas at all.
Ah, but I could get bananas, bananas, a perk from work. I wooed you with bananas. Marina, 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 nothing before Marina. My life began with you. left at noon, ran down Boswell Hill, caught the bus, tube to Mayfair, easy, no fuss. Security company bidding for their contract, protection of key personnel, too dull to tell. Happy anniversary.
We say, be free.
And Tolia, where is he?
Finishing his homework. Tolia, Papa's here. Supper's ready, dear.
So it should. My favorite chicken recipe.
My mother passed it down to me. The grandmother I never see. I often wish I could.
6 years since we took flight from Moscow and came here.
Why? He's old enough to know what? The details, the dangers we faced. Tell him.
So it's all to do with power, present power and past. What Russians know as lust. The head of Russia's Kremlin, whomsoever that may be, Tsar or party leader or president like now, through all Russia's history, the people will avow with awesome sacred mystery, and he decrees their fate. His power becomes their state unchallenged. Its effect, a masochist humility, unquestioning respect. Systems have a different name, different terms are used, but lust has always stayed the same, stayed the same. Exploited or abused, it's different from democracy. The right to power, which every Russian leader has, Vlast!
The anniversary. What is the anniversary? 6 years ago. Remember, we landed at Heathrow. I remember. Kind of. No.
The warning came from Moscow that our lives were under threat. I was already abroad. I messaged Mom and said,
I shall never forget.
this is what you have to do. Take the money that I left Find a travel agent and buy a package holiday.
Holiday. We
All met up in Spain. Claimed asylum in the West.
The USA had turned us down, so we got the next plane to London town.
What could be safer than an island? What could be safer than an island? An island!
Sasha, what's wrong?
Nothing, a wave of nausea, strong. Don't worry, I'm okay. Anyway, Uncle Boris brought this house for us, Boris Berezovsky, who was forced to run from Russia too.
Uncle Boris? He could not return, you see.
Berezovsky feared arrest.
Why did he commit a crime?
Berezovsky, not a bit. Trumped up charges just like me.
He's helped us three through all of it.
Helped us all the
He
time.
told us on that day.
I shall not abandon you. You saved my life, not once, but twice. This is my solemn vow. After glasnost, times were keen. Mercedes means wealth. Oligarchs like me had been created by the state's largesse. We have to toe the Kremlin line. The state controlled us, yes, but we were doing fine. Mercedes means wealth. Abramovich bought Aeroflot just weeks before privatization. Made a lot car concessions me. I got Fiat, Volvo, Rolls-Royce, Shaw, Bentley, and what's more, Mercedes means wealth. Put a bomb beneath my car somehow. My chauffeur was beheaded, but I survived as I do now.
for the KGB was ordered to investigate. The mob police had stitched me up, but Sasha saved me from arrest. Sasha was the very best, very best. He warned me, saved me. Now his fate and mine together are entwined. Our lives combined. I bought the TV station, and at election time was asked to stand for leader. This president and I weren't close, but in the event he turned up unannounced one night at my wife's birthday with flowers, right? I offered him support instead. Landslide win. That night he said, phenomenal, what you have done for me. I have no brother, nor do you. That night he swore, you have a brother now in me. Now in me. From him, no empty words you see. Mercedes, 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 wealth!
I was sent to Chechnya to wipe out terrorist resistance. model KGB man. I believed the Kremlin line.
The peace accords were a mistake. These people had to be destroyed. No alternative response. We must waste the terrorists in their own shit houses.
We had no equipment, no protective gear, had no food or water, fought in constant fear, advanced across a field which blood had turned to mire. Comrades dead, dead beside me, shot by friendly fire. Sleeping without heating, frozen by the cold. Not a scrap for eating, orders left on hold. When I reached the general's tent was hot as hell. All of them as drunk as apes. Who was in command here? Who the fuck could tell? Tolia! No! You, a Chechen terrorist, you're just a boy.
So, you gonna torture me? Will I be shot?
Not for now. Tell me how.
What?
Why is a child like you fighting for this lot? Educated, you're no fool. Aligned with all the terrorists, would you not rather be at school?
I hate the war, and yet it must be fought. The occupying force resisted. I have friends to offer me support. When the war began here, my class enlisted. All enlisted.
This was no terrorist. This was a lad, no older than my granddad was when he joined up with all his class to fight his war, the Great Patriotic War. This child made me see for certain, though this battle must be won, this was not the way it should be done.
his step, and frostbite on his feet.
Russia lost that war as well. 40,000 dead it cost, nearly half the Chechen people. Still we lost, still we lost. My loyalties, I was not the same again. If for to act against the Chechens, if for to act against the Chechens, I'd refuse, like those Germans who covertly would have them Jews. No longer are we operating against minor criminals in Moscow.
This division is a select secret force, equipped and authorized to carry out special assignments.
We've a set of new objectives ahead. Those threatening the services who are unreachable.
They constitute a grave threat to the state. You, Litvinenko, you know Beresovsky,
The Jew. Have you heard what he said? That our leader, our new Secret Service head, has some secret scheme to reinstate the Soviet regime. You, Litvinenko, must be the one to take him Must be the one, must be the one to take him.
Must be the one
Must be the one to take him out. Must be the one to take him out.
Take him out, take him out, take him out, take him out. Must be the one, 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 must be the one.
Enough! What are we doing here? To live like this is senseless. Have we lost sight of every aim? Where are morals or ideas? That we were driven by our fears. That once you're in the killing game, you too may end up dead. That once you cross the line, then you yourself become defenseless. And of our state. There are those, I must confess, using us for their own personal ends. Extortion, kidnappings, murders, which we cannot and should not defend. Refusal nonetheless has met with the accusation I'm betraying those agents who would kill the so-called Jew who has robbed half the Soviet nation. To you, I'd like to stress these are incontestable facts. There are some who abuse their high state offices, giving orders that are criminal, or even, yes, political, to commit what are terrorist acts.
What on earth is
said? He's broken the
vow, revealing secrets.
He's broadcasting our secrets. Broadcasting our secrets. Whistleblower. He's heading for arrest himself. He'll end up in left forever. Prison. He's on his own from now.
shepherds avoid to fly. This prison here has in torture execution. Maybe that is why the sun is out of sight, can barely glimpse the sky beyond my iron grate. I didn't sleep last night. There is no absolution. I don't want to die, to die.
There are times it's best to curb your voice.
You changed my loyalties, you know.
Times it's best to curb your voice.
You came and claimed me, came and claimed me. Had they put my hand on some lie detector, asked what I associate with love, associate with love, love. I'd have said unquestioningly, Motherland,
Motherland,
faithful, I would have said, my oath. Oath. Obey my orders. 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 Obey my orders. For I belong to them, like a child to their parents. Parents who I never really knew.
But we are parents too. Parents too. You know that I admire your courage.
my courage.
But this is recklessness.
Recklessness.
And there are 3 of us now. You put us all in danger.
Get out! Get out! We are parents too, in danger. Motherland, get out. I'm not so squeaky clean. I've done the very worst. KGB, I've been. I admit it first. But now I've overreached. Denounce them on TV. That is why I've been impeached. Russia isn't safe, isn't safe. I have to flee, have to flee, have to flee, have to flee. The stars have left the skies. I have a family to save. I don't want those guys dancing on my grave. I must flee. I have to leave.
60th birthday. Welcome to Blenheim Palace.
What could be more British? What could be more British?
What could be safer than an island?
What could be safer than an island? An island?
What better than a toast to the Queen?
The Queen, the Queen, the Queen, the Queen.
Queen of the Berezovskis, my dear Mama.
The Queen, we do as the Romans and living Rome. Moscow Thames is the place we go. On the Thames, Moscow, on the Thames. Moscow, Moscow. On the Thames.
And another toast to you, the man who saved my life.
Strange to think that you might have been president, had you not put your weight behind the other candidate.
I thought I knew him well. As head of operation, he had a reputation of incorruptibility.
It comes as no surprise to me. I never can forget him. You know a man by his handshake. His was spongy, cold. He hated me the single time I met him. I saw it in his eyes.
But worse than any traitor, you're his brother, his ex-brother. He'll destroy you, Boris. Destroy you, destroy you, destroy you. Destroy you, destroy you. He's your creature. It's the fatal deal.
There's news from Moscow just today. This man likes young boys.
No way! Sasha, sometimes what you say is quite absurd. Quite absurd!
There are tapes I've heard. Young boys.
What crap! My word, I told you, Sasha, our first year you'd have to make a vital choice. You made that choice by coming here. You're free like me. But there are times it's best to curb your voice. Best to curb your voice. Different, don't you see? My grandfather, just like yours, fought bravely over several wars. Both military academy, both signed up to the KGB. When you were working for that Jew, I was working there with you. I've served time in jail, too.
Your time in jail was easier, Andre.
You say?
I wonder why.
Now you and I are working in security.
Security. The Spaniards have various queries. Russian companies, they see, laundering money in Madrid. They say mafia figures too, including, I'm told, you know who.
Oh, God, your crackpot theories, Sasha. I admire you, but you must regain perspective. Be cooler, more objective. You've no wish, though, to depend on Berezovsky all your life. Come and work for me. Why not 100K?
Work for you.
Why not 100K?
100K.
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 100.
100.
100.
100.
It's worth a shot. London these days ain't the same. Look out, here the Russians come. Arsenal v Moscow game at the Emirates Stadium. London's where we like to be. No one plays like Russians do. Thousands flying in just like me. Love to shop and love to screw.
Every Russian oligarch,
Oligarch, oligarch.
all the Russian super rich,
Super rich, super rich, super rich.
rolling up to Finsbury Park.
Ark.
Out there on the football pitch, London's precious
Bitch.
You've been so brave, writing what you do.
It's all true, it's all true. The Russian troops in Grozny held Chechens quite illegally, demanding hefty ransoms too.
Thank God the press were on your side when you were detained. That star
I'm fortunate enough.
on your side.
You don't know half of it. I met a Chechen grandmother, could barely move her mouth. It seemed they dragged her from her house at dawn, thrown her in a shallow pit. Rosita, as I'm calling her, Rosita. Frozen body, clothes all torn. One guy did take pity true, smuggled in a rabbit scrap. He was a human being too. 2 weeks crouching in the crowd, they pulled her out for questioning. Wires, electrodes, all that stuff. They turned the current on. She screamed. Silently held it all inside. She told me if she said a thing, she feared she'd anger them still more. As she convulsed, the bully swore. justify the Second War. The terrorists, so-called, wiped out, and the KGB hailed heroes. Heroes! But how had the police not seen 50 terrorists arrive in downtown Moscow? How tons of mortars, ammunition, guns smuggled in, unquestioned? Why were all the hostage takers killed before interrogating them? The single witness who survived, killed in a car crash. And let's say they planned to reignite the war. What better man to stage it than a former Secret Service head? I'll be once more My family can't understand. Believe me, Sasha's just the same. How it is for hours and hours and hours, those exhausting people talking rot till they lose patience. Mad. One risks one's life, and all for what? The answer is somebody must. The fact is, though, I'm scared, so scared. I've not long left to live, of that I'm sure. I visited the KGB last August. They invited me to fire a pistol. A pistol. Guess whose face was on the target? Whose? Yours? No, Sasha's. Sasha's. They know full well that we are friends. It was a Now move here. What could be safer than an island? Live here, Anna, with us. Come on, here. What would I do? I belong in Russia. The people who my pen defends. You're no use to the dead who
was shot, a present, like as not. Christ, my God!
What did you eat today? Who in Mayfair did you see?
Andre, Lugavoy. He said he wanted to discuss contracts. Maybe we could share, so he said. When I got there, he showed me something else instead. A hit list from the KGB. Nothing credible, just shit. It didn't scare me, not one bit.
Was Boris on it?
Boris, yes, and me.
Sasha,
This regime violates the Constitution. Any violent action on the opposition's behalf is now justified. That includes taking power by force. Exactly what I'm working on. I'm telling the world of my intentions. The regime has lost its legitimacy. They have made decisions that are absolutely against the spirit and the language of the Constitution. Every day I talk to people, certain that this regime needs changing, who see no chance of this happening legally by an election. This regime is leading Russia into an abyss. A law's been passed that Russian so-called traitors can be killed anywhere in the world. It's vital that Russians realize mere talk is not enough. It's time for action! 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 Once a KGB man, you're always KGB. Oh, that's what they preach. What is more, or so they say, nobody can get away from its long, long reach. Unlike some, I'll never be deemed a traitor. Time, I think, for English tea. Waiter! I respect the motherland. I've stayed faithful to my vow. Proud, she's starting to regain her former status now. Hi, Sasha. In the foyer, mate? Pine Bar on your right. Can't wait. We're running late. Kickoff's 8. Would you like some tea? Some tea?
No thanks, not for me.
Something here you ought to see. A list, perhaps, of some concern. Things I think you need to learn. Have a drink, though. Tabs on me. There's some that needs using up. Waiter, one more cup.
Berezovsky, too, that speech he made at Blenheim, though. I'm not surprised, are you?
This is my son. This is Uncle Sasha. Shake his hand.
My medal's pretty, safe as safe can be. Security Committee supportive to a T of this Constitution. Now I'm an MP, immune from prosecution. Billionaire and media star, primetime TV show. How I got this far, you will never know. Billionaire and media star, primetime TV show. And my medals, my shiny medals, and my medals pretty, and my medals, my shiny medals, so very pretty. The best of murder weapons, although it costs so dear. But if it's discovered, the very worst I fear. Very worst I fear. The trail can't be hidden. Watch your hotel suite. Check overhead plane lockers. Beware your cafe seat. And the merest midget, if released it said, can wipe out half a city, tens of thousands, dead, dead, dead.
it in a corner. It turned around and rushed at me instead, chasing me. But I was even faster, much, much faster. I headed for the doorway to escape it. I slammed the door, slam bang, across its head. And that is how I learned, once and forever, the meaning of the expression cornered. You have to act swiftly, or you're dead. Or you're dead.
Lieutenant Colonel Litvinenko, please.
Thank you, sir, for seeing me today. I have the charts drawn out as I outlined organized crime in Moscow
Organized
on
crime
the ground.
in Moscow.
The main gangs, those most dangerous,
Dangerous.
I'd say these arrows show connections that I found to public institutions, every kind. The Ministry of the Interior, federal so-called security, tax authorities, that's pretty clear. Criminal groups that we reckon are key. Drug trafficking and proven links, you see. The senior officers,
Thank you. Yes.
I could perhaps explain.
That won't be necessary.
Here's a list of people known to me, honest officers who might fight corruption.
Oh, that's fine.
I propose, sir, we create a structure.
No, that will be all.
I leave these here with you.
I'll call. I was a street kid, had to fight. Fight a great deal. Practiced judo to survive. Never show them weakness, right? The weak are beaten every time. The strong alone will thrive. Oh yes, we have a moral code. We are loyal to the end. We are loyal to the end. We won't stand disloyalty. Do not dance with the KGB. can't dance with the KGB. They'll outdance you, my friend. They'll outdance you, my friend.
Succeed in silencing me, but that silence comes at a price. You have shown yourself to have no respect for life or liberty or any human values. You have shown yourself to be unworthy of the trust of civilized men and women. May God forgive you now for what you have done, not only to me, but to beloved Russia and its people.
I've missed you, dear. Sasha, you know that I love you.
Marina.
Always have. I always will.
Marina.
What happens, no matter what happens.
Marina, you are my polar star, my polar star. My life began with you. Marina, Marina.
You came and claimed me, claimed me.
Your light inflamed me.
You came and claimed me, claimed me.
Your light inflamed me. The moment I saw you, the moment I saw you, the moment I saw you,
The moment I saw you,
I knew our lives were ever entwined, ever entwined. I
my dearest love. I'm going home. I'll see you again in the morning.
Russia, I believe, will rise again. To the motherland we shall return. Russia will rise again. To the motherland we shall return. Mariuszka, Mariuszka, I love you so much. So much.
it